My name is Insane Raven, and today on IO Reviews, I am reviewing Vsauce's Minefield. Now, Vsauce's Minefield is like every other YouTube Red series. It's very much in the wheelhouse of the content creator. It's exactly what you would expect Vsauce to make, except this time with just a lot more ability to do things, if that makes sense. The show spends a lot of its time kind of like testing theories of psychology and enjoying what the mind can actually do. Almost in a very, if I had to give it a comparison, very much a mythbusters of psychology type field. Well, it's kind of just trying to explain and explore psychological phenomenon. And personally, like, for people like me who find psychology fascinating, it is a fascinating show to just watch and just to like kind of experience everything he's talking about as he's talking about it. The biggest drawback that the show does have, however, is that the show kind of spends almost not enough time exploring more fields of the topic matter, but that's a very personal choice for me. I would want them to do more regarding the topic versus kind of just the mini experts they do. I feel like they could really just explore everything the topic has to offer rather than just go over a couple of big discussions that the field is having. I do feel like that is a great hindrance to the show, but I am very intrigued by everything that is being said. My favorite episode by far is the Do You Really Know You episode, which is the last episode, and the isolation episode, ironically, which is the first episode. I feel like these are the two main episodes that do the most with their episodic topic. Is that the way to say that? I feel like that might be the way of saying that, but I'm not entirely sure. Good thing this is not a video about grammar, because oh god no. Every episode treats the topic matter with the amount of time it deserves, but just not with the depth that I feel you could really get into with the show. But that's coming from someone who really finds psychology really interesting. And not just someone who is just like, oh, I want to learn something, kind of. I find psychology super interesting. So I wish they would have done more, gone into more studies and more researches, but like I said, that's going to be just a very personal preference type thing rather than a actual criticism of the show. Oh, that's cool. The show does a lot right, and I feel if it actually does come back for a second season, I'd be very excited to see where they kind of go next. The show doesn't the show does kind of have this kind of momentum to it that makes sense. It does kind of trade the hat in very, very quickly. It does it starts changing the basics of the show's nature very quickly, and I feel like that is something that the show needs. Rather than kind of focus on simple topics like the show kind of looks like it's going to be doing for the first half of the show, it quickly kind of changes it up to show that there's a lot of other things you can talk about, and I am happy that they kind of go there. Like one of them, to give a specific example, I guess, is the facial expression episode. It's not a psychological discussion. It's more of the importance of your face in the human experiments, and it's interesting to kind of see how that is like. It's interesting to see that the kind of way they kind of talk about it and express it. And it's something I greatly appreciated within the show. I don't know how else to say that.
Eyes on target. Danger close. Shots out.
But it is a very simplistic show. It kind of just, it tells you what it's going to do basically, and then does it. There's nothing really that catches you off guard per se. And honestly, I almost kind of prefer that. I prefer it to be simplistic in its style and give us great substance versus have this overly dramatic style and flair, taking away from the actual psychology the episode is trying to go into.
Engaging targets.
Other than that, I don't have much more to say about the show. It's a really simple and engaging show if you're into the field of psychology. If you find how your mind works interesting, it's something that you've probably already watched or you're going to be watching soon. But if psychology isn't your thing, I would recommend passing up on this show. It's not gonna be something that you're all that engaging in. It's gonna be something that's almost, I'm not gonna say boring, but it's not gonna be your cup of tea. Very much how, unless you're really into engineering and physics and all that, chances are mythbusters wasn't your thing. I see it very similar in that perspective, but this being much more mind-centered, much more psychology-driven. Other than that, I don't have anything else to say or to give. If you guys saw Minefield, let me know what you guys thought of it in the comment section down below. I thought it was pretty dope, not gonna lie. But other than that, that's all I got to say. Go watch Minefield. If you saw Minefield, what was your favorite episode? Let's kind of have a discussion in the comment section down below. Other than that, that's gonna be it. Thank you guys for watching. My name is the Insane Raven, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.